All right, cool. Bit.
Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Oh.
Excuse me. Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you. I wonder if people can hear that. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Solux Life Podcast. This is episode 93. Super excited. I got one of my favorite here as a guest. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, Curtis. Tell people.
Hey, what's up? C starts, Curtis starts, C starts. The um, I don't know how to introduce myself. Like people know
Tell us
me.
who you are, where you from, what you do.
Uh, Curtis starts, man, from Birmingham, Alabama. Owner of Train and Burn Fitness Studio. I'm an author. Bestie with I don't know what she wants me to call her because I call her a couple of different things.
Tell them what
But
you
I, I call her Spin, Janez, all that good stuff. But yeah, so happy to be here. To help share her success and jump into this. Is this the bestie talk?
Yes, this is gonna be our new bestie talk because hey.
Okay, but yeah. Hey, the show keep going. One mic don't stop a show.
So this episode we're gonna talk about the viral tea app that's going around and also platonic friendships because a lot of people do have confusion when it comes to that. So first and
Mhm.
foremost, let's talk about this tea app. So have you heard about the viral app that's been going around?
Unfortunately, I have heard about it. Actually, I had a couple clients today, which I can tell you today came in, and they were talking about it, and it's different. It's a different beast. So I don't really know. I think it's anything, Chris. Man, if you use it for what it's used for, it can be useful. Like for example, this girl put this guy in here, and it came up, and it had all these red flags, like he was a sex offender, he's a rapist, and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, so I think stuff like that needs to be, and then talked about, especially if you're out in this dating world. And then you have some other stuff that has been in there. So um, it's kind of interesting. So, but we can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So for the people that don't know, this is the tea app. So if you see this little green icon with a little cup of tea, this is the app that's letting women know all the red flags on men before they date them. So I personally got in the tea app as a request from a male family member of mine. He wanted me to, get in there and kind of see like, hey, am I in there? What's going on? Let me know the tea. And lo and behold, I log on and they were for sure in there. So I think this was designed as a safety app to keep women safe, like you said, to let them know if there are sex offenders, if people are walking around with, diseases that they're not disclosing that they have. But I think women have become a little petty and kind of taking it to another level just by sharing, hey, if it didn't work out with this guy, let me just share all the negative things that happen to maybe distract other women from wanting to talk to them. So what are your apps on that? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think the T app is a good thing for what it was originally designed for?
Yeah, and no, of course, I always say, and I think we talked about it, like, put yourself in the shoes of a guy who just a good guy, and he's in there, and somebody that it made him work out with him, they go and,
And
they
bash.
go and yeah, they go and bash him. But here's gonna be really the fun thing, because and for those who don't know, you have to be a female, to get in it, to get in the group. Am I correct on that?
Yes, like when I tried to get
Okay.
in, I had to take a selfie. You can't screenshot, like the screen goes completely black. So they kind of it's tight to get in there now.
Yeah. So, but what's really gonna be um, a game changer is when they make an app for these guys, and now these guys are putting these girls text messages and body shots. That, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. I think it's one of those things where, like, don't, ain't no fun, the rabbit got the gun type deal. You know what I'm saying?
This,
But
y'all
I
posting
mean,
body.
best believe it's,
That's
yeah.
not
I mean,
not the same thing because it's supposed to be for
no,
safety, not just
no,
the
no,
shit.
no.
Like, oh my gosh, is she out here going?
Right, but like the T app is supposed to be safety, but you putting people business out there, like, hey, this guy may have herpes, or this guy may have some, you know what I'm saying? So now it's okay, cool. You're gonna put me out there. Oh, I went out with him last night, or so it's just gonna be. It's like, I mean, it's gonna be a natural retaliation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Y'all got an app. Okay, let us get an app, and now let's put your stuff out there, and let's see how that makes you feel. Like, it's just gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So
It was supposed to be for safety, so
yeah, but it's just like Facebook is supposed to be for advertising, and here we are.
here we are.
Yeah. So
So, how would you feel if someone put you in the T app?
I wouldn't care. Like, I yeah. I mean, me. Well, I say me personally because I don't really have a lot of stuff going on. I'm a very, very private person, and I move a little different. So have no reason to lie to anybody. But if you got a reason to lie to somebody, I mean, you like, dang, you know, if I was married and had a side chick and a couple side chicks, of course I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want to be in there. But if I ain't committing no crime, like, I mean, and people talk about Jesus, so you put me in everything, say what you want, um, and it's on the person to believe it or believe me, or you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't know. In this case, you can do a defamation of character type file. I don't know if you can go that far, but I mean, it just
I
depends,
mean,
man. Because
true though.
well, it just depends, because some people's careers are. I mean, you can destroy some people's careers if you're putting false narratives out there, or real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, I mean, go for
And I think the men that don't have anything to hide or they're not out
it.
here being grimy to females, I don't think they have anything to worry about. It's just the men that are out here moving funny or moving foul that are really
I mean,
disturbed.
but my point is, when the pendulum swings, is women out here moving funny and weird, and you see what I'm saying? So now it's kind of so. I say, let the T app have its fun, and let's see what happened. That same energy when the guys like, okay, cool, let's do a female one. But that's really Christmas. So much unnecessary energy for me. Like if it's not making me any money, like I don't really want to. If it's not giving me any leads or anything like that, and you got that much time to be putting stuff out about people, like you need something to do. You know what I'm
I,
saying? Yeah, especially you know, just yeah. I don't. Do I agree with it? The safety piece, but I disagree with because at the end of the day, it's messy.
I agree. It's for sure
It's
messy.
messy. So
I was
yeah.
on Threads and someone posted that their homeboy got posted in the T app. They just had a baby, him and the wife. And I guess
Mhm.
when it started coming out saying, like, hey, I've been dating him, I've been sleeping with him. He called him crying, literally devastated because the wife wanted a divorce because of that. So I guess the question is it wrong that the information was shared, or is this a good thing
Well,
for the female that?
it depends on who you ask. Yeah, I mean, really, it depends on who you ask. Like if it's, I mean, of course,
I mean, if the information is true, I feel like she deserves to know.
yeah, but do yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's a very
Just
very
like a man.
touch. No, I mean, it is what it is. But again, what's gonna happen when the shoe is on the other foot?
If they're
You see,
posting safety concerns, I don't think
but they're
that's
not. I mean, but me, both out of 10 posts, two of them gonna be safety. The other eight is gonna be on some BS. Like you and I know both that's not gonna happen. So it's kind of like, are you in it to destroy somebody's character because the situation didn't possibly work out for you, or are
mm,
you in there like, oh, girl, I need to warn them about him? You know what I'm saying? So it's different to okay. So it's a green and red flag, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you put a red flag, just put the red flag on about your business. Don't put what you're putting the red flag for. If you know what I'm saying. I mean, that's all I'm saying. And again, I, I can care. Like it's just too much. Like if you got that much energy, like you couldn't be doing it to impact the world or something like that. Like if you spending your time trying to find out what's going on with this guy, you probably don't need that guy.
Hey, you can never be too safe.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. I
I saw
don't know.
someone posted in there and they posted a pill bottle of them with some HIV medication. And they said that he goes around and not tells women because he's on the medication. I feel like that's something you should disclose to someone. So I think for that reason.
Okay, that's 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 cool. I mean, I'm with that. Again, I think everything has its pros and cons. But it's gonna be one of the wins. Like I'm telling you, when the guys come, they okay, all right, bet. They want to do that. We can do this. Because you send the text messages, you send the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Don't
why you
don't
can't
get
be no
it twisted.
paper trail these days. Y'all better get back to talking on the phone. Stop all this text.
You know what? That's a great point. Um, no, for real. Like, it's so many relationships like destroyed for just not talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And this text communication. Like some people prefer to
Hey.
text. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like it's no way. Like I remember. I mean, specifically telling someone like, "Hey, I can't connect with you. You just text." You know what I mean? And then especially at that point, I was just coming out of my divorce. I'm like, I ain't gonna be talking. I ain't gonna text nothing. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah,
And
because
the
now
thing
it.
is, on the person. Like if I really like a dude, I want to talk to you on the phone. But if it's somebody I'm just like entertaining, just going through the motions, like text me, don't call me. Like, you know what I'm here for. So I think for me, it depends on the person. But if I'm really trying to build a connection and a relationship with someone, I like to talk on the phone, baby. Let me hear their voice.
Yeah, it's a great way to communicate because, like, you can text somebody and say, "Hey," and then you can text somebody and be like, "Hey," and it's kind of like, "Were you
Things is
mad at
so
me?"
through text. Like I promise you that
Like,
many
hey,
people
like,
things
yeah.
they want to perceive them, not necessarily how you say it.
And with me, I'm very, very forward. Like I'm not a big texter, so I can give you a couple sentences, then I can give you a couple words. So it's kind of like, dang, and it's really like I promise you, like it's so unintentional. But someone can text me. You've done it. You text me, and I text you back tomorrow. Like,
I know I have to
but
call you. Like, did you see my text? You'll be like, oh wait, hold on.
hold on, right? So, but I mean, I think those are the conversations that people should have. Especially when you're dating someone. I'm pretty sure we get into the dating piece in a few, but I think those are conversations that you should have, so people won't, expectations won't be here, and when it doesn't happen, it's here, and you're mad at that person. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I think that should be a topic of conversation. Hey, what's your communication? Do you like to text? You like to talk? So, and at that point, it's kind of like I like to text. Well, I don't like to. So, are we
I mean, do
going?
you meet that
to
person in the middle?
What? Yeah, 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 yeah. So you can meet somebody. Okay, cool. Am I gonna meet you in the middle? But if you're meeting them 70% of the time, and they're meeting you 30%, that's not the middle.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to be, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just, I mean, communication, man. And we were just talking about it in the gym. And funny how throughout the years I've become this guy that people ask about relationships, and I mean, but I get it. Like I mean, if you think
Wow,
about it, like,
a relationship expert out here.
you know what? I don't think it's so much as the relationship expert. It's like I, I, I take you from this this idealistic point of view to realistic. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of like bring it home, like, yeah, that's not how that's gonna happen.
Yeah, you do. And that kind of
Yeah,
goes to our next topic with the platonic friendships because you do tell me a lot of times, Chris, but don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And what do
don't
I do?
do it. You do it. I
I do
mean,
it. Like, well, it's already done. I just did it. Just be
mhm,
out of
mhm.
proportions. So like I said, that kind of brings me into the next topic of platonic friendships. And this says that a
Okay.
platonic friendship is a close relationship between two people that is not romantic, nor is it sexual in nature. It's a bond built on mutual affection, respect, and shared experiences, but without the romantic or physical intimacy often found in romantic relationships. And you see this a lot with female and male friendships. And I think
Mhm.
a lot of people think that that line gets crossed or think it is not possible for people to be strictly platonic friends. So kind of what's your thoughts on that?
I think it can happen. Like, I mean, I have a few platonic friends that are females, and and nothing ever like romantic, anything like that. I think when it starts out platonic with, and this is and now this is with either the male or the female. It starts out that way, and then they do the other thing. One of them had ulterior motive all along.
You think so? Do you think
I know,
maybe like
yeah,
if
yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah, man. I mean, like if you truly, if that's your home girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your home girl, that's your homeboy, that's your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't look at him or look at her in that way. You know what I'm saying? and only really to be honest, man, just kind of like the test of time will prove that. You know what I mean? Because you go through so many things in life. You know what I'm saying? And you start and you start to share a lot of stuff. So like, are you and the advice that's given. So at this point in my life, like I don't need no more friends for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean for real. Like I can name you like I can name you five of my female platonic friends, and shoot, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been knowing, and I tell you, I like shoot, been knowing them 20 years. Like they know my son. Like you know what I'm saying?
They're like
And
family at this point.
yeah, they're like yeah, they're like family at this point. So I think it can happen. I think but when it doesn't happen, it's. I've been on both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
yeah, I remember like God, this long time ago. This I mean long time ago. But um, actually, I met her through one of my homeboys, and no, yeah, did I? Something like that. Anyway, but we just were cool, hang out, and I had no idea that you know she like me like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I was
yeah,
like, it was like strictly friends on your end, but she was like crushing on her end.
right. So of course I didn't find this out till I found it out. You know what I'm
Like,
saying? So
like she had a heartfelt moment, like she was like, I just want to tell you, like, how did they go?
yeah, it didn't go well because I'm like, no, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm the master of just ghosting and falling back, and it's kind of like why you fall back or whatever. So I like, man, that ain't that wasn't my. I don't like you like it.
So how did that go? Like, how did she receive it?
I mean, I think she. I think she see. I mean, she received it. Like at the end of the day, it's kind of like we always talk about communication, delivering communication, and receiving it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have been wrong me knowing that and then still hanging out with her. Now, boom, now there's a door open. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to do that. So
So,
yeah.
question: how long had y'all been friends before she?
Probably about maybe a good. Now, keep in mind, this was his friend, and he just bought me like, "Hey, this is Kurt." You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe about a year and a half, something like that.
Oh, so this was your friend's friend.
It's my friend's friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's my friend's friend.
This was
So
your
internally came my friend, and we always just kind of, you know, kind of hung out and stuff like that. And shoot, you know how that
So
go.
what happened after that? Like when you told her, did y'all stop being friends, or did she kind of get the picture and just put you in the friend zone, or how did that play out?
Uh, there was no friend zone to be put in because I knew that whatever what box that was going to be in. So I just I'm really good at just kind of separating. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're still. I don't even think they cool anymore. But I just kind of
Mhm.
you know you know what I mean. So I mean it wasn't worth it. I mean you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah. Mm. So
but
I'm reading here.
go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No,
No, I
so I
just
was
said I
reading
think it would work.
here. It says that cross-sex friendships can provide unique social and emotional support, offer
Mm-hmm.
opportunities for learning about different perspectives, and help individuals navigate interactions with opposite gender. And that's so true because I'm really close friends with like guys. Like those are some of my closest friends, like you and my cousin Will. And one thing about it, y'all be putting me up on games. So
Hold on. Wait. Back up. You said you got with guys. Like there's only two people, dog.
guys, too, plural.
Hold on. Mike.
Mike too, yeah. Mike's like a
Okay,
regular. Like, I know Mike's
that's
like
three. Yeah.
Oh, you're three. Like, I'm really close friends with a lot of males. And I think that has,
Three males, y'all.
okay, a lot. That's a lot because I don't have a lot of friends. So, but I think with that, being friends with males have taught me to kind of a little bit keep my emotions in check, but I'll be quick to call y'all, be like, hey, such and such is saying X, Y, and Z and doing X, Y, and Z. Like, what are your thoughts on that? And y'all keep it very straightforward. Like Kristen, he's playing a mind game. Like, so get on board or get gone when it comes to
Hmm.
that. So I think every female should have one male friend that's in their life. However, so let's talk about when you get in a relationship or when you're dating someone. What does that typically look like? Have you ever had problems with females having a problem with you having female friends, or has everyone just played it cool and that was that?
Um, it depends on how you introduce it.
How do you typically introduce it?
Well, because I know I have like female friends, you know what I'm saying? I make sure that um I at some point put them all in the same space. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, this my homegirl, this my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of want everybody, I mean, kind of to be like, uh, because if you ain't really got to create no issues, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's somebody you like now. You know what I'm saying? Like if if a guy's talking to a girl and he just, you know, whatever. But if somebody that you like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna want to introduce them to your clan, you know what I'm saying, to your crew. You see what I'm saying? Because one thing about your crew,
Mm-hmm.
they can see things that you can't see because you're
Oh,
in it. You see what I'm saying? And they know you most. You know what I mean? I mean, shoot, they've been with you for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. So they know you. You know what I mean? So I think it's important to actually make sure that you introduce your friends to, whoever you like serious considering um spending a whole lot of time with.
mm. That's true. I
Okay.
will say on my experience with me dating and having male friends, it hasn't really sat well with everyone.
Go ahead. I gotta plug my thing, but I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I will say it kind of hasn't worked out very peacefully. They always tend to say some slick things on the side, or they sometimes kind of question if the friendship is truly
Yep.
platonic, or they
Right.
somehow believe, like, hey, y'all must have had something going on at one point, or what is this? Even to the point where I've had guys to make like slick comments about
I'm
outfits
back. Put me
to
back
the
on.
gym. They would say slick things about, just little, if I wear some shorts to the gym, they'd be like, really, that's what you're wearing to the gym? Like, I don't know. It just hasn't really sat well with them. So is this something like I should have a conversation with them, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of things, and and you and I have shared stuff like, you know, I think a lot of it's kind of like, when they start stuff like that, like, insecurities, you know what I mean? And also, I mean, to be honest, like you, when when all your friends are attractive and you have, two friends that are attractive and then, and the other person's kind of insecure, they're like, y'all, how y'all friends? Like, I mean, what you
Yeah,
mean how we friends? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We friends. Like what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? So, but if you was a bugaboo and I was a bugaboo, it probably wouldn't be no issue. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think people kind of project on you what they would do.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like
So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. They project on you how they would move, you know, on that.
they couldn't just be friends with a man, so they just can't believe that, you are.
Right, right. And and like you said, man, like, you get the most perspective and value from your opposite sex friends, you know what I'm saying? Because they can tell you the real because there's no romantic tie. See what I'm saying? It's just, people are just like telling you like, hey, like Curtis, you tripping. You know what I mean? Like you were wrong. So I don't want like none of my friends are amen friends, and I don't have no amen corner. We gonna tell you like, hey, dog, you tripping, and you and I have conversations like, which is why sometimes I don't like to have conversations because I know I can come off like really really no filter, like you know what I'm saying, but it's not.
You like this say this, you really are crazy.
Yeah. So, but I don't think like it's only certain people that I allow to talk to me in that manner because I know it's not coming from a place of judgment. It's coming from a place of like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now anybody else come and be on some, they're like, I'm about, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
Yeah, and I think you have to be able to receive what someone is telling you and know that it's coming out of a place of love, because a lot of people take advice as an attack on them and
mm-hmm,
think you're being supportive, or you think they're against them. But I can't be supportive of something that you told me, you want to believe in. And I personally have
mm-hmm,
a situation where I lost a friend because I wasn't on board with some of the things that they were doing, but this is only because I was holding them accountable for things that they have
right,
told, like, that they would never do, but look at you doing it.
right.
But when I'm on board with it, it's a problem because, one, I guess I'm not an amen friend, like you said. And I think if you really love your friends and value them, you won't let them dwell and live in their wrongdoing.
Well, yeah, and they're respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I ain't saying they ain't gonna be your friend no more, but I'm just letting you know how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still be your friend, but I mean,
They don't want to be
you
your
know,
friend after the fact.
well, again, I think that's someone that's wanting you to tell them what they want to hear.
Here, right. Not what's
You
right.
telling them, yeah, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what's my thing to you all the time? Pe- pe- it's okay to feel how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you feel is not wrong because that's how you feel.
Correct.
So it's not what you do to it. I mean, it's how you react to what happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. Like I said, I think you just have to be open to know, like, hey, if this is truly my friend, this person is telling me this out of a place of love, like not of spite, not of jealousy, like
yeah,
not,
no judgment.
yeah, no judgment. Just was, I want to see you doing better. I want better for you. I want what you said you wanted for yourself at one point in time. I don't want to see you so
And,
very
and look, go ahead. Let me say this. I've learned too with some people, I can't be more mad about your situation than you.
right. But I think that's a natural reaction. Like when you genuinely have friends that you care about. Like I literally love my friends. Like my friends are like family to me. So if I see you going down a wrong path, it really hurts me to see you doing that. And then also
Mhm.
hurts it worse when you're not open to receiving. correction when it comes to that. But you just have to let people live and learn
Right.
and kind of
100%.
let that be that.
Hmm.
So, question. So, how do healthy co-gender friendships set boundaries? So, how did you set boundaries in your platonic friendship?
I mean, if you my friend, like you know what to ask me, what not to ask me, and you know I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna tell you. So there's that.
Yeah.
That's just you, but they're my crew. I mean, they're my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we gonna share because we know. So it's kind of like if hey, I need to talk to you about something. I'm gonna come talk to you about something, and whoever I'm talking to you about, they get a code name. No one ever knows anybody's name who the other person, the other friend is dealing with until maybe like a year or two into it. Like, oh yeah, oh that's such and such. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Y'all be knowing my dudes' names. I got to fact check.
I mean, but boundaries, like, I mean, I think my
I mean, do you say boundaries is like, hey, you shouldn't be calling me after a certain hour, or is it just understood like, hey, your partner knows, hey, that's just my friend, that's my homegirl. It ain't nothing like that. So she's calling me at 10 o'clock at night. She probably got some drama going on that she wants to vent about, or
yeah,
do you have boundaries?
yeah, I think if something like that happens, you kind of address it. But like I don't know, Christmas. That's such a hard question because like for me, it's some it's just some understood boundaries. Like you know what I'm saying? That I mean that's kind of understood. Like like I'm not even though you ain't got shit going on, I ain't calling you at 10, 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, regardless if you got somebody or don't, I'm like you know what I'm saying? But I only think you have to set the boundaries in certain situations that certain things happen. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Because if you respect, if you respect your friend, you know what I'm saying, you respect whatever they have going on.
mm-hmm.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, I shouldn't really have to set any boundary. I know I'm not going to just pop up over my homeboy house, and I've been knowing him forever at 11 o'clock at night. No, I
You
mean,
should
it's
walk
just,
in nobody else ever in no
but
time.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, somebody called me. Hey, what's up? Hey, you busy? Can you talk?
Mm.
So like, I think the only about, I mean, yeah, it's crazy because if somebody cut outside the lines, that when you set the boundary, like, hey, I don't like that. So when you say I don't like that, that's a boundary. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I don't care if that's your homeboy, homegirl or not. I don't like that. And you give me a chance to come back, like, hey, shoot,
So give me an example of something that would make you say like, "Hey, I don't like that" when it comes to a platonic friend.
an example.
For me, I would think it would be like possessiveness, like you're making it more than a friendship because like now you're acting like it's more of a relationship than it is a friendship. So when you get to acting overly possessive with me, that's kind of a problem. It makes
See, but,
me
see, I would say this is some shit in the game because if I'm acting over possessively over you, that means I like you more than just platonically. You see,
that's true.
you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I'm not gonna act that way if I don't care. Hey, you good? You good? I bet. You know what I mean? And that's it.
But do
Like I'm
you
like,
think
why
it's
you?
like basic human nature? Because I was reading a study and it said, and I wish I could find it right now, but it was pretty much saying, let me find it because it was
To
good.
my being possessive over your friends.
No, 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 no. It was about the platonic friendship. So it says that research indicates that two-thirds of romantic couples initially met as just being friends. But and I know a couple like they're married now, thriving, beautiful marriage. And it started out as them being friends. Like they were friends, they both were in separate relationships with different people. But over time, as they grew older, it grew into a romantic relationships. And like the studies show, two-thirds of romantic couples initially met as friends. So it says this friends first initiation is a prevalent and often preferred pathway to romance, particularly amongst younger individuals. However, platonic partnerships without romance or sex are also gaining traction amongst millennials and Gen Z, who often prioritize friendships over relationships.
See, so millennials and Gen Zs. I would say I would okay because with millennials and Gen Zs, I think that they're so impatient on waiting. You know what I'm saying? And they want it right then and there. Like, well, shit, we've been friends. What you want to do? What you want to do? Let's hook up. You know what I'm saying? Versus like old school like me. Because I'm as you read, I'm like, I would not want to date near one of them. One of my own girl, like at all. Like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. Hold on, wait a minute. See? Hold on. Yeah.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear
Can you
you
hear me
now.
now?
This says that amongst university students, these friendships often last for 1 or 2 years before they transition into romantic relationships. So I don't know. I think that's the easy line for people to kind of cross. And we're going to wait for my co host to get his sound together over here. You good over there? Say something. I can't hear you.
Something?
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Mm.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it said on here that university students often last for 1 or 2 years in a platonic relationship before it turns into something romantically. So I don't know, kind of what are your thoughts on that? I feel like, honestly, I feel like the best relationships typically start as friendships. Like it started as someone you were completely friends with. Because me personally, I love my friends so much to where, hey, if this guy's my friend and it develops into something more than just a friendship, I'll be slower to, if I ever were to, kind of hurt him, I would never want to see my friend hurt. Whereas just a man that I met and we started dating, that was that, and I hurt you, I typically don't care about it. So
I would rather do it the other way. I would rather I would rather date you, become that new friend. You know what I'm saying? Because,
dating,
huh?
become a friend through the dating.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to like be friends with somebody and be like, hey, let's not be friends anymore and let's cross over. Like that's like crossing over to the dark side. Like I wouldn't want to do that. Like I'm and again, the lady friend that I have are strictly my lady friends, so my best friends. So I don't look at them at all like that, And they know stuff about me. They probably
Mm,
wouldn't even want to date me anyway. But
I definitely want to date you with all the stuff I know.
yeah, I know. I told you, I always but no, yeah, I would rather organically, want to meet somebody and build that friendship aspect as we go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's for one, it's something it's something new. You know what I'm saying? Like my homegirl, I've been knowing them. I've created bonds with them. So I rather do it opposite. Like I wouldn't want to fall in love with my friends. I mean, just because I know them and it's comfortable. Like I,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like that. I think that's a cop going and trying to put the work in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. So me personally, I wouldn't want to do that.
Do you think it's possible to, at one point, have had like an intimate relationship with someone and then you just scale it back and y'all just strictly be friends? Or do you
No,
think like most of them
no,
just
no,
cross
no, no,
paths?
yeah, no. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I mean, once we stop doing what we doing, we stop doing what we doing. I keep it like I don't do like I don't like. And some people do. Some people have relationship with people and shoot, they break up and they still cool. Like I just do
I
not know how
can't.
that happens. Like I just can't
Me,
do that. You
I
know what I
can't.
mean? Like for me, you're ex for a reason. Now, and even if it it, it kind of depends on how it ended too. Um, and see, I'm a different person than I was like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of one of them things. Like I didn't care. Like okay, cool, bit. You know what I'm saying? Now maybe it's kind of like okay, cool. It just kind of depends on how it ends. Um, I mean, but typically, I,
I never end on good notes with people. Me personally. So like I recently, got out of a relationship and they were like, "Oh, let's be friends, let's be friends." And I'm like, "No, I don't really do friends." Because we weren't friends to begin with. Like different story if it started out as a friendship and then it transitioned into something. We tried it, it didn't work. But I can't go from us being into like a romantic relationship and then we break up, now we're friends. Like I don't move like that.
all right. I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, it just depends on how you break up, how it ends. I mean, me at this stage of my life, I've never done it. You know what I'm saying? And that probably was my way of just not dealing with it and kind of getting over it. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Going forward, now I can't say how I would handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I just know, you know, you know, previous 50-year-old Curtis has been like, I bet out of there. So like I said, I'm a different person now. So maybe, and I'm not into, I'm not into. I don't know. I don't know. I know that's a because I've never had to do it at this junction in my life. Like I know what I've done in the past, and like I said, I'm a totally different person I was in the past, but I've never had to do it like now. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. What would that look like?
yeah, I don't look like nothing for me. I can't be friends
Yeah.
with you.
So
Once the
I don't
relationship over, you dead to me. I'm sorry. And I probably shouldn't be like that. Maybe that's something I'll grow out of once I get older. However, right now, it's just I can't do it. Like, cause like I said, I don't see the point. Like you said earlier, like I don't really need more friends at this
know.
point in my life. And if it was to a point where I was liking you more than a friend and it didn't work out for a reason. And
Right.
typically those reasons are nothing positive. So I'm already feeling away. And me personally, I already have a hard time controlling my emotions. So I just kind of try to protect myself in this space. And maybe that's something I'll grow out of as I get older.
Maybe. Yeah. Like every 2 years, people are evolving. So, like I said, I'm not the same person I was today that I was probably. I mean, even 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? two
I
years
feel like
before
we're
that. Two
in
years
the
before
moment.
that.
I'm not the same person I was yesterday.
Well, I mean, you have the different experiences too. And I think that's why um, I can talk to people like you and and other clients and people that call and ask me, and because I'm only talking about what I experienced, whether good, bad, and different. Um, and and it's funny. somebody can tell you something like, and I didn't seen this before, you know. So I mean, it's no different if somebody comes in the gym and say, "Hey, my knee hurt," and I say, "Yeah, it's probably your patella." You know, they go to the doctor, say, "Oh, it's patella." Like, yeah, I've seen it before. You know what I mean? So you know, some certain experiences, like you know, you've seen before. You know, some experience I had to learn from, like you know, I think to be honest, in the last, I'm gonna say 8 to 5 years, yeah, 8 years, I've learned so much about just, you know, me, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And just, you know, communication and how to communicate that and how to communicate your feelings, you know, because sometimes, you know, I used to think I was mad about something, but you're not really mad, you're hurt. But then sometimes you're not really hurt, you're disappointed. Sometimes you're not disappointed, you're sad. So that's communication and learning how to communicate that effectively. You know what I'm saying? So you can effectively um share your feelings. You know what I mean? So
I can see that. I think there does need to be a line drawn between like, are you mad or are you really hurt? And when people are hurt, they do act, out of emotions, and I'm guilty of that myself at work. So,
hey, the first step of healing is admitting.
ain't it? Ain't that gross? I can admit it. When I'm hurt, baby, all bets are off. You finna hurt like me. We both finna be hurting around this, we both finna be hurting. So, but like I said, I gotta grow out of that. The Bible says, vengeance is mine, thus says the Lord. So I'm gonna just start putting it in God's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, that's Pastor Janae for real.
Yeah, for real, man. Like, and you gotta, and I, you know, in any relationship, you just gotta lean on your faith. I mean, I think it's just anything in this situation, you gotta lean on your faith. You know, I was in a situation last week where I had the opportunity to speak on a situation that really in the past has hurt me in the past 3 years, and you know when you hold stuff, when you're mad at people, you know that has you in a in bondage. You know what I'm saying? So in order to break that, you have to forgive people. You know what I'm saying? I actually told this person, you know, the hurt that you did, like, I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't for them, it was for me. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to be held hostage to that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So I think in anything, you just gotta like to really, if you get up every morning and you pray, you know, I'm very vocal about my routines in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I pray, try and repeat, get up at 4 in the morning. Pray, working out at 4:30. I'm head to the gym, but if you're doing that every day and just kind of growing, even in this dating game, man, you just kind of use your discernment and you
yeah.
know, and everything will be all right. You know, so
Yes, well, that's a great note for us to end on. So, would love
okay.
to hear you guys' feedback on platonic friendships. If you've ever experienced this, leave it in the comments below. But you can catch the replay on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play.
Yeah.